Effort and effortlessness. This is what I want to talk to you about inside today's episode of Quotes by Source. I am Ishani, your intuitive guide and self leadership coach, and I'm on a mission to help you get in touch with yourself, realize your divine potential, and live in this world being a light, being a walking Shakti. So let's have this conversation. Effort and effortlessness. What do I mean by that? So we have this weird idea of how if I'm going to follow what I truly desire, it must be effortless. Do you have that concept? So I want to get deeper into it today. It is strange that and I've seen my clients do it because they come to me and they're like, Ishani, I'm following my passion and it's still I still have to put so much effort. I have to post multiple times. I have to talk to people and I have to do this and I have to do that. And it is so strange that we are willing to put a lot of effort into doing what we don't want to do because that's what we think we should do. Yet when we are doing our life's work, our something that our heart desires, it becomes very uncomfortable for us the moment there is an effort that is required from us. Basically, we say to ourselves, if it takes so much effort, then what's the point? The point is not that it is going to be all effortless and hunky dory and bed of roses when you start to follow your heart's desire or your life's work. But what it does is that it helps you tap into the field of it, allows you to start going into the field of effortlessness, which is a very different field from the field of effort. Now, this field of effortlessness does not always come to you without any effort because even to reach there, you need to work with your mind, body, and soul. So, when you are following your life's work, it will start to become effortless after a point of time. But in the beginning, you will still require efforts because the mind is wired for safety, survival, and it is always going to ask you. But you thought that this is going to be easy. It is not easy, and it's going to give you those things. Whereas your heart is saying, this is what I want to do. Let me do it. But because of this questioning from our mind, we think that what's the point if I'm going to struggle so much. And sometimes that happens when we are following our life's work, when we are following our soul's calling, we lose people. We lose people who are so dear and near to us. So that desire starts to in our mind starts to become a question mark. What's the point? What's the point that when I am going to lose people I love? What's the point when it's going to take so much effort? But the point is, however, that this is what you are here to do. It does not mean that you're going to not make any efforts, that it is going to be effortless. The feeling of effortlessness will come eventually. It is your heart's calling. So you must allow yourself to take efforts towards it. That's that's as human as it gets. Your mind will come into picture. You will lose people. There'll be so many things that you'll have to do. For example, if you want to be a business owner, create a soul-led business, you will be required to put content out, put yourself out, make offers, do sales, all of those things. But the fact is that once you start not putting expectations on what it is that I'm going to get, what is it that I'm going to receive from this, you start to live from the state of effortlessness. It's not easy to explain, but it is easy to experience. So I am experiencing it. I'm speaking from experience because my work, my life's work is this, where I get to talk to you about the things that have happened to me and how I've reframed them. Me being the biggest people pleaser, how I reframed my life, and then how I connected to source and how now I live and what I value. So it is still a business setup. I am here for an energy exchange. It can be sometimes through the views, it can be sometimes through money, right? But I am still making efforts. Yet it feels effortless to me because I have tapped into this field of effortlessness, and I'm slowly reaching the state of effortlessness where it does not matter how long it will take for me to become a thriving business owner, because to me, I already am that. And that is what happens when you allow yourself to follow your heart, to follow your soul's calling, because you then become this person that says, I am that. I am what I'm looking for. The field of effortlessness starts to expand when we tap into our heart and let ourselves follow our heart. The field of effortlessness is where we can actually reach the state of effortlessness, and then from there on, everything that we do, everything that we take an effort, and when I say take an effort, it's take an action. It becomes effortless because it merges into who you are, and who you are, like for example, sun shining does not, it's a state of effortlessness. You being an incredible business owner is a state of effortlessness. But to reach that state for us as human beings with mind, which is always wired for survival and connecting the dots and seeking evidence, it will always come into the picture. So don't follow your heart because you think it's going to be easy, because it's going to be effortless. Follow your heart because this is exactly what you're here to do. We are here to follow our heart, our soul's calling, allow ourselves to expand. And as we expand, the field of effortlessness expands, and we become that what we are seeking. And once we do that, then it becomes completely effortless to just be who I am. Who I am is always effortless. We are following our heart's desires because that is what we are here to do on earth. So, this is what I had for you today. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if there's anything that you want me to talk more about inside this series, and I will see you next time.